Four new members of Parliament were sworn in at the 113th sitting of the National Assembly today, Friday, April 26.
I, Mervyn Williams, do hereby solemnly declare
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the people of Guyana,
that I will faithfully execute the office of Member of the National Assembly without fear or favor, affection or ill will, and that in the execution of functions of the office, I will honor, uphold, and preserve the Constitution of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. So help me God.
The four new members of Parliament, after taking their oath of office during the 113th sitting of the National Assembly, were welcomed by Speaker Dr. Barton Scotland and other members of Parliament. In the meantime, the new MPs say they are ready and up to the challenge. The new appointments to the National Assembly were announced by His Excellency President David Granger on Thursday. The President also reassigned several ministerial portfolios. Felicia Valenzuela, InfoHub.
More news coming out of today's sitting. Speaker of the National Assembly Dr. Barton Scotland says the government continues to exercise its authority to govern the country without limitations. Dr. Scotland was addressing the House on the consequences of the Court of Appeal ruling on the December 21, 2018 vote in the National Assembly.
The effect of the decision of the Court of Appeal is that the government is returned to the same position of authority which it possessed before the no confidence motion was debated on the 21st of December 2018. The present position is, therefore, that the government continues to exercise its authority to govern the country without limitation.
Dr. Barton Scotland, Speaker of the National Assembly. He says after the decision of the Caribbean Court of Justice on this matter, he will inform the National Assembly of the consequences of that court's decision. In the meantime, Dr. Scotland noted that one of the effects of the findings of the High Court is that persons who hold dual citizenship cannot lawfully occupy a seat in the National Assembly.
A number of the members of Parliament, 4 ministers and 3 members of the opposition who held or who still hold dual citizenship have taken steps to put themselves in order by resignation from the National Assembly.
From the Parliament building, Felicia Valenzuela, InfoHub.
The Public Health Ministry today launched its second annual Health Expo, which is slated to last 3 days from June 5 to 8.
Public Health Minister Vola Lawrence said the ministry is tasked with a very important role that is aligned with Sustainable Development Goal 3, which speaks to good health and well-being.
To ensure that all our citizens in Guyana are among the healthiest in the Caribbean and the Americas.
Minister Lawrence explained, in keeping with its mandate, the ministry will ensure the health and well-being of all by 2030. This year's Health Expo is expected to be bigger and better, and will see the inclusion of a career day for young people, a fitness center, the launching of the Non-Communicable Diseases Risk Factor Reduction Campaign, and a mini exposition on tobacco control. Minister within the Public Health Ministry, Dr. Karen Cummins, expressed gratitude to all stakeholders and participants for making the event a success and urged persons to take full advantage of the services the Expo has to offer.
To all the hard-working staff of the Ministry of Public Health, words are not enough to thank you for the stellar work you continue to perform despite the challenges you encounter on a daily basis. We are deeply appreciative of the diligent work you do, and we encourage you to continue to let your professional approach to tasks, dedication to duty, and commitment to best practices be the hallmark of the service you provide to the people of Guyana.
For InfoHub, Kippany Jordan.
Meantime, Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu said this year's health exposition will be focused on providing the citizens with knowledge of services available to them through the public health sector.
Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu said at the launch of Health Expo 2019 that the nation's health has always been a priority concern of the government.
The issue of our nation's health to be a priority concern. I want to place in a context how and why Guyana enjoys free, accessible public health. The public health facilities are open to all Guyanese, and while we cannot boast that we have achieved the goals we have set ourselves, but we are doing what a government should do to place public health as a priority.
Prime Minister Nagamutu said this year's expo focuses on raising awareness on health services available to all citizens.
The reason for Health Expo, not only for the supplies of pharmaceutical, but that we must make available the range of choices to our people based on knowledge.
Prime Minister Nagamutu explained that much of our budget is allocated to the public health sector, from $23.2 billion in 2015 to $35.9 billion in 2019. This shows the emphasis the government is placing on the public health sector.
Reporting from the Guyana in Georgetown with videographer Kareem Peters, Rebecca Ganesh, InfoHub.
Still to come, child labor and occupational safety and health policies launched at the Marriott Hotel, and dozens of Maikoni residents turn out at community meeting. Details of these stories and more after the break.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Welcome back. To effectively protect the rights of children and adults, the Ministry of Social Protection launched its child labor and occupational safety and health policies at the Marriott Hotel.
The Ministry of Social Protection has worked tremendously over the years to combat child labor and to promote safety in the workplace. On Friday, the ministry and a number of organizations launched 2 policies at the Marriott Hotel to protect the rights of the child and promote safety in the workplace. Minister of Social Protection Amna Ali said the policies aim to protect the country's people.
The fight against child labor requires a multi-sectoral approach. No single agency can deal with this problem, considering the many dimensions it takes and different skills required in addressing each form of child labor.
The minister noted that the importance of child labor will bring about the need for commitment from several stakeholders to pool their resources and expertise to eliminate the scourge of child labor.
For the first time in more than 2 decades, Guyana will have an updated occupational safety and health policy. We call it OSH policy. It is therefore with pride and pleasure that I inform you that the aim of the policy is to promote and improve the quality of life of workers by preventing social and economic losses, work-related accidents, and injury to health by eliminating hazards.
Other organizations which worked to implement the policies were UNICEF, Federal of Independent Trade Unions of Guyana, and the Guyana Trade Union Congress. Reporting for InfoHub, Ayana George.
Dozens of Maikoni residents took the opportunity to air their concerns about various issues during a community meeting hosted by Minister of Education, Dr. Nicolette Henry, and Minister of Public Security, Kemraj Ramjatan, during the Region 5 ministerial outreach held on Thursday.
The well-attended interactive session at the Farm Zeskendron Multipurpose Building on April 25 followed the Coalition Government Comes to You outreach in Fort Wellington, West Coast Base. Education Minister Dr. Nicolette Henry was happy that residents came out to share their concerns during the community meeting.
We were able to address a wide range of issues, and most of them were things that we could handle. And so I'm pleased to see that, the residents turned out in their number too. We had more people than we had seats here. So I think it was a good meeting from several aspects. One, the turnout was good. Two, the number of issues that were raised. And three, they all seem to be things that we can handle.
The fact that several youths not only raised their concerns but revealed plans to develop their community via several projects was welcomed by the Public Security Minister, Kemraj Ramjatan.
I was very impressed with the lady that talked about the sewing, and she trying as best as possible to get the people involved in tailoring and auto electrician and so many other activities. And now bringing the complaint that indeed she would like to register the co-op society and having some problems with administrators. Certainly I'm going to take that up. But all the other suggestions, complaints, grievances will be addressed.
Issues outside of the minister's remit will be passed on to other ministers and ministries for follow-up action.
Just like they would do it in those areas they are, to me, in relation to security matters. I think it's a wonderful experience, bringing government to the people.
The next ministerial outreach is scheduled for April 28 at the Lenora Track and Field Center on the west coast of the Marara. Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson has made a commitment to residents of Rossignol, Region 5, to ensure improved living standards.
Immediately after the government outreach at Fort Wellington, ministers went out to various communities to address their concerns. In Rossignol, residents expressed frustration with their Neighborhood Democratic Council, NDC, and the lack of streetlights. To this end, Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson committed to supporting the NDC with the installation of lights in the town.
My ministry is responsible for the lights on the main roads. We'll be willing to help the community, and so they'd have a discussion with the NDC. I think there's an NDC meeting next week Tuesday, so we can start immediately after the go-ahead from the NDC.
InfoHub reached out to some residents at the meeting.
Talk to the minister, and the minister decided to bend over to do what he decided to do there. The minister has done 100% perfect. I feel comfortable with that.
I'm satisfied.
Minister Patterson pledged to dispatch a regional engineer to investigate a claim of clogged drains by a main access road. The minister also committed to the construction of a car park for taxi drivers following permission from the Zeelat Rossignol NDC. For InfoHub, Shaquille Bourne.
That's all for this evening. Connect with us on WhatsApp, like and subscribe to our Facebook page for notifications, and subscribe to our website for more stories. You can also follow us on Instagram for updates. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye.